Morning to you. I'm Sandra Smith. Several big developments at this hour. First, Turkish forces continuing to advance against U.S.-backed Kurdish forces. Moments ago, the UN reporting tens of thousands of civilians in Syria are already on the move seeking safety.
Meanwhile, it's been reported that Turkey was bombing civilian locations. 7 civilians officially reported dead. The Trump administration facing a lot of heat from the Hill. Here is Secretary of State Mike Pompeo pushing back on that.
The United States didn't give Turkey a green light. The Turks have a legitimate security concern. We've talked about that. I've talked about that repeatedly. They have a terrorist threat to their south. We've been working to make sure that we did what we could to prevent that terror threat from striking the people in Turkey, while trying to achieve what is in America's best interest, the threat from radical Islamic terrorism emanating from Syria. We'll continue to do that.
So let's begin this hour from the Pentagon. Jennifer Griffin watching all these developments from overnight and again this morning. Jennifer.
Bill, no senior Pentagon officials have gone on the record to explain this decision or what comes next in Syria. In fact, from what I'm witnessing, Pentagon planners are scrambling to come up with a strategy. I just spoke to one seasoned Pentagon planner who previously spent years on the Joint Staff and more recently oversaw the last 5 years of the war to destroy ISIS. This senior military officer, still actively serving, described the mood here at the Pentagon as aghast, horrified, a story that can't be untold. Those are quotes. He went on to say U.S. strategy all over the world is based on partnerships. Now the narrative is the U.S. military is only your friend when it is convenient. We don't know what to do, this high-level Pentagon planner told me moments ago, adding, we know what not to do, and for the past 2 years this building told senior leaders in the White House not to do this. Meantime, we have learned the U.S. military took custody of 2 high-level ISIS individuals from the Kurdish SDF forces and removed them from Syria. We've learned their identities, 2 British citizens who are wanted in connection with the beheadings of Westerners, including many journalists. They were nicknamed the Beatles. Now they are in U.S. custody under the law of war. The problem is there are still nearly 2,000 other foreign ISIS fighters in Kurdish custody. Some have already escaped.
Well, they're going to be escaping to Europe. That's where they want to go. They want to go back to their homes, but Europe didn't want them from us. We could have given it to them. They could have had trials. They could have done whatever they wanted.
I spoke to one U.S. soldier on the ground yesterday who described the feeling of shame he and the other American forces feel abandoning their Kurdish partners. Tough conversations and soul-searching within the U.S. military, Bill.
We expect a lot of developments throughout the day. Jennifer, thank you. Jennifer Griffin leading our coverage there from the Pentagon. Thank you. 4 minutes.